I'm from the law firm of Nixon Peabody. We're really delighted to be the one of the sponsors for tonight's events and the host for the event. Just a little bit of story about the venue. We were here for another event, I think exactly a year ago, and our star of the evening, Rebecca Fannin, was here with us, and Rebecca came to me and said, "David, I'm writing a new book, and it's going to be very exciting, it's going to be very interesting, and I want to have the launch of the book in San Francisco right here in the Yacht Club." And I said, "Rebecca, I think we can handle that for you." So we're really delighted to, I'm very happy to be able to fulfill my promise to have the event here at the Yacht Club. I can't imagine a more beautiful setting, a more San Francisco setting. I think the topic we'll be talking about today is incredibly interesting, incredibly important. You cannot, turn on the news or, flip on your smartphone without, being jostled about what's actually happening with the state of affairs between China and the United States. What I can tell you right now, I can't give you any insights other than the fact that the United States and China are the two largest economies in the world, and their relationship and how they get along with each other will impact the future success of the world or the failures of the world going forward. So I think it's all upon our best interest to hope that the relationship continues to improve and will get better in the future. I think I've said to this group before, I've been doing business in China for 31 years. I've seen bad spots and good spots. This is obviously a bad spot, but I'm optimistic that things will change and turn around. And I think it will be as a result of the folks in this room that are business people and focusing on doing business together, because we have a long history of doing business with China from America, especially from San Francisco. We have our famous sister city program with Shanghai. We have amazing programs like China SF. So the bonds between San Francisco and China are incredibly strong. So I think it's terrific that we're able to launch this most important book on the what's happening in China today with Rebecca, and have it right here in the Yacht Club here in San Francisco. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Rebecca, who will start the program off. So here you go. Thank you.
This book got the timing right. My first book was way too early. Silicon Dragon was way too early. It came out in 2008. No one believed then that Silicon Dragon existed, that China could innovate. Back then, the whole premise was, hey, they're just copying everything the West is doing. But now today, they're innovating, and the West is starting to copy some of the ideas out of China. So I think it's really interesting, and it's one of the reasons I wanted to write this new book, which is much more complicated and in-depth than Silicon Dragon was. Because back then, the whole tech sphere was not very really complicated. It was all about the web and the internet and the dot-com days. And China's tech scene was really very young. But today, we've seen it grow up. We've seen the bot emerge, Baidu, Alibaba, Tencent emerge and get into all kinds of new fields. We've seen a bunch of newcomers arise, such as Toutiao, Meituan, Didi, Xiaomi, SenseTime. They're all in the book. These are companies that are leaders from China. They're originators. They're going global. Their founders are experts. Some of them are serial entrepreneurs. Some of them have already made a lot of money from their first startup. So this whole tech world has become much more mature in just one decade from China. I think the issue is that today the U.S. does have a challenger, has its first challenger globally, and we are seeing this play out with the U.S.-China tech Cold War. Now, we are going to be talking about some of these issues tonight, so I don't want to give it all away here. We do have a great venture capital panel planned, and also Eric Savitz is going to grill me on some of the issues in the book, and we're going to start off with a Q&A. I would like to thank David Kaufman and Nixon Peabody for coming through on the promise of holding this event here tonight, and also Invest Hong Kong is here in a big way. So let's give them a round of applause for supporting the event. If you got a ticket with a book, you will get a signed book here tonight. And we've already distributed a number of them, but after the program ends, then just come back to see me at the book signing table if you didn't get yours with your ticket yet. And I have one request. Please write an Amazon review. I have one review on Amazon. It's 5 stars, but I need a lot more. So please write a review.